I know everywhere that they about to move, I go. Got me on my mind, I'm about to lose control. Working overtime, I gotta shoot, reload. Yeah, I see you acting out, I'm wondering what all the baggage is. That can get a hold up in your chest, don't know the half of it. Y'all can get a shit, then I ain't talking about the packaging. About to catch a body, that red carpet's what I drag it in.
Reading. But also, I feel like the show knew exactly what it was doing pulling this obscure quote, and I will not thank it for turning me onto the second sympathetic cannibal story I've been subjected to this year.
What are you talking about? Why are you randomly bringing cannibalism into an episode that doesn't have any cannibalism whatsoever? This sin is dumb and confusing. Also, the fact that he always sins reading doesn't surprise me, seeing as the TVSins writers appear to have the same intellectual capacity as a 12-year-old on codeine.
Strange. Usually my dreams, the cream, are the opposite of a nightmare. They actually turn out quite pleasant.
Discount Jeremy makes a cringy sexual joke that isn't funny cliche.
Using Snoozy as your app's brand name when I'm getting sheepy was right there for the taking.
Which isn't a sin because Snoozy is a much better name. Wait, do you think yours was better? Damn, that's embarrassing.
It clearly went to the Michael Myers school of sit-ups, and no amount of rock-hard abs will fix that kind of lower back trauma.
Discount Jeremy makes a pop culture reference that isn't a sin of the episode cliche.
Jerry appears to serve everyone from a batch of pre-buttered pancakes.
Skip.
What's this, pancakes? Sold.
Also, those pancakes have had syrup sitting on them for who knows how long.
Wait, I thought I just said skip.
Also, Jerry's decided to serve up Rick's pancakes even though he hasn't arrived yet.
God damn it, skip.
Also the third. Where even is the syrup?
Is he still droning on about pancakes? Jesus Christ, for the love of life itself, skip.
Best investment I've ever made.
This family of sociopaths didn't even flinch at a glass of orange juice being spilled all over the table. When this happens in my house, the resulting reaction invariably causes more damage than the initial spilling.
So the sin is that a weird family that has done countless insane things doesn't freak out when they spill a glass of orange juice? Are you sure you want to stick with that?
You can poke all the fingers I got if I get abs like Rick.
I'm just going to assume that this gadget is doing some internal switcheroo that means it isn't poking everyone with the same quickly diseased needle, but I will be sending the show for not confirming that assumption.
So you would prefer the show to go out of its way and explain a detail that requires no explanation? After hearing shit like this, I've got to admit, I'm surprised the TVSins writers even know how to breathe. Seems like that would be too complicated for them.
Judging by the brown edges here, these eggs are getting close to being overcooked, and yet more Morty butter is being added, suggesting the egg cooking is not complete? Why does this show hate me?
I mean, there are plenty of reasons for that, but regardless, it's possible that the eggs are about to get flipped over for this side to cook.
I also like Tori Amos.
Reading the words I like Tori Amos in a condescending manner. You take that back, Summer.
Discount Jeremy has a boner for Tori Amos.
Who wants cake?
Answering a question with a trumpet.
Pointing things out on the screen with your YouTube channel.
How the hell does this discount severancing even work? Their bodies are still getting up at night and performing many tasks, so how would everyone not wake up sore and tired from the previous night's activities? All I'm saying is that if a fancy machine is causing me to wake up satisfied yet sore, I want to remember it.
The part about being sore is presumably true. They would wake up sore, but as for them being tired, the whole point is that they are asleep while this is going on. So that's not true.
Also, why would he be doing laundry in the dark? You wouldn't be able to separate out the colors darks and whites as well. If anyone ends up with red clothes that were previously white, they have no one to blame but themselves.
He says all of this as if Jerry is a smart enough character to avoid making this mistake. I mean, you yourself have mentioned his stupidity before, so I don't know why you're glossing over that right now.
No notes.
Well, Rick, I do have notes.
I think I speak for all of us with more than 2 brain cells that we don't want to hear your notes. In other words, skip.
Not gonna let that one slide even if it is a joke. You cannot be over 100% indestructible. Unless, of course, any attempt at destruction actually resulted in an increase of indestructibility by 10% or an increase of mass by 10%. As a result of this misbranding, you will see a roughly 10% increase in sins.
I let the entire sin play because I wanted you to all let the utter stupidity of it wash over you like a wave of pure annoyance. He mentions at the very beginning of the sin that this is all a joke, and then proceeds to sin it anyway.
Why won't you rinse your dishes?
Counter question, why are your eyeballs glowing like you have a 1,000-watt bulb inserted into your ear cavities?
Aaron, this is a cartoon that isn't supposed to follow real-world logic, and this episode specifically is a parody of the horror genre. With those 2 things in mind, can you see why this sin is dumb?
Once again, we do not need to see anyone puking ever. I don't care if it's animated. We don't need to see it. Stop showing it.
I've been saying a very similar thing about your unfunny jokes for a very long time, but nothing has changed in that arena, so this sin is very hypocritical.
What's your problem with me?
Not already knowing the answer to this question after just bursting into your granddaughter's room without permission while she's sleeping. Rick's lucky he wasn't greeted with a high-velocity radio alarm clock to the jaw, or whatever it is that teenagers sleep through nowadays.
So the sin is that Rick barged into Summer's room uninvited? You do realize that this fits perfectly with his character, right? Oh, you don't? Jesus, that explains it.
Did you have to make mushy garbage science on the living room carpet?
If this has been pulled from the garbage, I'm very confused, putting aside the fact that an entire box of eggs has been thrown away. What even happened to them? Did a wild fox just very politely nibble on the top half of these, knowing that Rick would need them for some wild eggs machina? Either way, I'm still counting this as a breakfast sin.
Dude, sins like this are dumb because there are countless possible answers for why the eggs were thrown away. For example, maybe some mold started to grow on the shells, or maybe the eggs went bad, both of which are entirely possible. Also, that's a classic misuse of the term deus ex machina.
Are they going to be suspicious seeing Night Summer covered in all this Terry Gilliam?
2 episodes ago, Summer said she didn't know anything about Die Hard, but we're supposed to believe now that she has enough knowledge of Terry Gilliam to make this kind of reference?
Yes.
We're souping up that somnambula whatever so they could extend its range beyond the house.
I'm guessing the plan here is global daemonation by creating an army of night people. But if it currently only covers the house and Night Rick has only managed to extend the range by 169%, nice, then that's really only going to cover the neighboring house and maybe 70% in the next one at most. I really don't think Day Rick needs to be worrying at this point.
Jesus Christ, please tell me this was a shitty attempt at a joke. Please tell me you're not actually this stupid. Rick hasn't made a ton of progress yet, but so long as he is making progress, the Night family threat keeps growing because they're going to keep extending the range. A 5-year-old would understand this quicker than you.
Sorry, Rick, but your opinion means very little to me.
Wait, how did Night Summer manage to fake being regular Summer? Are the veiny eyeballs and husky speech just a choice? How the hell is she just switching that shit on and off?
Discount Jeremy tries to apply logic to a cartoon ex machina.
Everyone get behind my app!
This f***ing show, man.
That fake-ass laugh.
Okay, somebody really needs to dial in the dosage on these darts. It should not take this many darts unless the dosage is homeopathic or the end goal is a f***ing coma.
Discount Jeremy tries to apply logic to a cartoon ex machina.
I know this is a fun visual gag, but what maniac is selling cardboard boxes in the middle of the night that are fully assembled? Fully assembled! Who buys cardboard boxes fully assembled?
I think this sin might possibly have been meant as a joke, but I'm not really sure because his jokes are almost never funny. But either way, it's sinful as shit.
Almost didn't make it.
Choosing to peel through metal instead of, oh, I don't know, shooting through the already smashed window.
I mean, it clearly has a better angle from the roof than through the window.
Let's go home, right, Grandpa?
Great idea, Summer.
Rolling the credits here makes it seem as if the show wants this to feel like the end of Rick and Morty as we know it. What's weird is that the post-credit scene is super long and undoes all of that, which kind of just makes it a scene, and now I feel like I've been tricked into hanging around for the credits, which I didn't pay attention to anyway because it was so obvious that the story wasn't over yet. So the bottom line for me is that if you want to make a big swing with your TV show, start by getting breakfast right first.
This entire sin was completely meaningless and boring, and I feel like throwing 5 sins up for it is justified.
Normally, this would have been dealt with by our daemonoid oppressors.
The Night family scheme falls apart because they apparently aren't smart enough to keep their jobs, budget their finances, or do laundry, which is beyond baffling considering this isn't nearly as complicated as half of the shit that they were being asked to do in the first place. Wasn't the whole point that they get the mundane shit done so the Day family can be the mindless zombies?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait just a second. I am not letting you get away with this idiotic bullshit. Discount Jeremy just claimed that maintaining a job and responsibly handling your finances is easier than doing laundry, washing dishes, and working out. I'm honestly starting to question if the Sins writers are legitimately stupid. That's not a joke. Sins like this genuinely make me question what goes through their minds before they write something like this.
How long have we been asleep?
It can't be that long. Oh my god. No! They killed the Choco Taco!
Time to update my weekly list of crazy shit I have to say because of Rick and Morty, with using a sweet flavored taco as a unit of time measurement.
Sinning something that's not a sin.
Look, I don't go to sleep, I put in work.